Oh, there we go, man. We are live. You know, one of these days I gotta make myself an intro video. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So many things to do. So many things to do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Vintage Dust by George G, and we welcome you to our auction here on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, as promised. Hope you got a chance to see the preview. If not, that's quite all right. There wasn't a whole lot shown in the preview, so it was just kind of a teaser, I guess. So we are here in for somebody who's new that don't know us. We are here in Northwest Vermont, and about I'm going to say about an hour to the Canadian border, maybe a little less. About 2 hours to Montreal. About 35 minutes to both Montpelier and Burlington, kind of in between the two. Up in the mountains, I can see Mount Mansfield from the front of my house. So it kind of gives you a hint as to where we are a little bit. Anyway, that's where things are. Let's go through the spiel here. Okay, so if you're new and you want to bid, you should email me, and my email's across the bottom of the screen at the moment. And it's also in the chat. And I need your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping, and your PayPal information. I invoice through PayPal, and I calculate shipping with pirateship.com. Gives you the best deal I can, either UPS or post office. And if there's an issue, by the way, UPS or post office, some people have had problems with one or the other. So if there's a preference, you can always let me know that. I do have other means of accepting payment if that works for you, and just email me and we can discuss it. We do the bidding in dollar increments up to or more, up to $10. Hey, Marlene, and we $2 or more after we hit $10. So once I post this hold in the chat, that closes the bidding. And I think that's pretty much the same rules that a lot of these online auctions use. I'm trying to be consistent. I also try to be consistent about putting up what the starting bid is on the screen, or if it's a buy it now. So anyway, I do have some silver tonight. I actually have one item that has some gold in it, gold plating probably, I think. And so I can give you my confidence and level in those things. I haven't had a chance to test most of the items I get that are silver or gold, although I have the means of doing it. It's just a matter of taking the time to do it. And I just usually we can usually tell pretty much. And some things will be silver plated, and I'll tell you that too. And so that's kind of where it is. Let me see. We have a mixture of stuff tonight. I also should mention I have an eBay and I have Etsy also out there channels. So I think the links to those are posted in my profile here. So you got pounded with hail on Tuesday. Yeah, I know, crazy. We were in the upper 60s. I actually think it hits close to 70 in Burlington. We're in the mountains, so we tend to run a little cooler. It was really funny. It was last night, I think it was close to 50 degrees, pretty late into the evening. And then this morning it was in the 30s, and then now it's in the 20s, and I think it's going to get down below 20 tonight. And it was snowing. So it wasn't snowing hard. It was just what we call a snow shower. So not supposed to accumulate too much. So, but no, we didn't get any of that hail. I heard about that out there. We've got, say, friends in Michigan, so we usually hear about what they get, and probably pretty similar to what you get in your area. Yeah, that's where it is. So yeah, we've lost almost all our snow. In fact, there's a flood watch that's been in effect since yesterday. And some places they had to, I know up in the St. Johnsbury on the Moose River, they had to help a woman and her daughter get out of their house. They were surrounded by floodwater. So they're okay. And so far, no injuries or anything like that I'm aware of. But there's some, the Mad River I know is another one. If you look on YouTube, you'll see some pretty serious flooding on the Mad River. Ice jams are just terrible. We lost almost all our snow. The only snow I got left is that pile of snow that we shoveled off the roof. And that was just because it was so deep. It was like, 4 or 5 feet deep of snow. So even the rain didn't take care of that. So yeah, that's where it is. It's unfortunate because the dogs loved being in the snow. So, and then that little bit of snow that's left is what they tend to go towards when they go outside. So, Let me see. So that's kind of what's going on with the weather. We're going to get some. It's supposed to bounce back and forth. The maple sugaring season is in full swing, of course, here now, and they really do prefer when it gets below freezing at night and above freezing in the daytime. So that's the ideal conditions, and that's about what we're going to have pretty much for the next, I think, 10 days. It's supposed to warm back up into the 30s and 40s, but it'd be cooler at night, so that's going to be really good. I've not heard any reports about how the season is going, but we've had kind of we call it the spring of deception here when we get this kind of warmish weather, and this was much warmer than I've seen in a long time. Hey, Douglas, nice to see you. Glad to hear. So yeah, we get the spring of deception is what we call it here, and it actually got 60s. Oh man, it was like it really did feel like spring was coming, and the robins were all over my yard today. The birds were, happened. The skunk was out the last couple of nights, so they tend to be pretty inactive in the wintertime here. They don't think they hibernate, but they just tend to slow down and they don't come out much. But they've been active the last couple of days. So anyway, that's pretty much it, I think, what's going on here. Like I said, tonight, I've got a mixture of things, as usual. I've always got the jewelry, lots of jewelry, actually. We hit the mother load, I guess you want to call it, of jewelry. So we're doing pretty well. So I will be parsing that out over the next few weeks. And I've got some toys tonight. I've got some collectibles. I've got... what was the other thing? Oh, I wonder if there's any interest in 45 records. I've got a small box full of them here, and I would just as happy to let them go for I'll bundle them. I'll put like bundles together of 5 or 6 or so, and see if there's any interest. I'll pick out some good, what I think are good ones, and see if anybody interested. If not, okay, fine. Just give it a shot. I've got so much of it. I've got to start doing something with it. So, but anyway, so. Oh, thanks, Doug. Yeah, keep us going here on the system, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the link. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that. Okay, well, let me get started. Rearrange things a bit here. I don't tend to be on screen much because I prefer to go to my little table next to me here and show you the items I have. With the other camera, and that's what I'm going to do now. Let me just switch cameras here. So I had to adjust it. I keep forgetting. I got to change that tripod. It's not. It doesn't cooperate very well. So, and unfortunately, I've got to see about getting a better camera too. Because I can't control much what it does, and I really, really find it frustrating at times that it reacts very strangely to my lighting, and I don't know why. It does it automatically. So see how kind of washed out things kind of look. But if I change the lighting a little bit, it tends to not to be quite so bad. Let's see if I can fix this. There we go. So anyway, okay. We have, as you can see, a trinket box. It is an unnamed trinket box. Is a white color with a hand painted little flower on the top. It's in good condition, excellent condition actually. No chips, scratches, dents, or anything. You can see the bottom. Just come on, focus. You see, there's the bottom. There's absolutely no wear on it. And that's this. And it's kind of a heart shape, as you can see. So let's see. Let's see. I'm going to call it heart shape. Oops. Trinket box. I can't type tonight. I can't type any night. But we'll start this at. Oops. I have to type the right trinket box. We'll start this at. I don't know, $5. Any interest in that? I can get rid of that banner for now. Gives us a little more stuff to see on the screen. There. I'm trying something different too. You notice I've got, instead of the white background, I've got this kind of a dark gray. It does seem to help a lot with glare. And but it's not helping much with getting that intensity down. Let me turn this down, see if that helps. There we go. I'm trying to cut down the glare, and it just doesn't seem to always want to work. And there it goes out of focus again. So, all right. Yeah, it is definitely sensitive to this light. I gotta see what changing. There we go. That's not so bad. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm trying to change the intensity here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is a dark gray. It was kind of, I think, your idea, actually, Marlene, if I recall, that you said to go with a gray kind of color. So this is a bit of a dark gray, not a light gray, but I know tends to work out pretty well. I've been using it actually for some of my pictures from my eBay stuff, and it's been doing nicely. So, and I found it for some of the things I'm doing, and I really do like it. So, okay. No interest in trinket box, and that's okay. We'll pass. And set that aside. Jewelry. So let's see what we're going to go with first. Well, like I said, I have so much, and I'll try. Yeah, let's go with. Let's see here. Oh yeah, these are cute. So bring the camera down. That's upside down. So let's fix that. And these are. What I've read about these is they're probably laser carved. Let me get it straight on the camera here. Come on. My fingers don't want to cooperate here. There we go. So these are little hand painted, laser carved gingerbread. How it's supposed to be like they call it gingerbread. They're a post earring. That number on the back is just my inventory number. I think this is the company that makes them, is Kindling. So, but they're wood with a metal post, of course. And so I'm going to call these, and I have 2 pairs of these. So gingerbread earrings. And we'll start these at, let's stay with that $5. Stay with the $5. Let's see if there's any interest. I have 2, actually, of these. If I have it in my hands on the other one. I know what they originally were asking for them, so I do have 2 pair. They are both, as far as I can tell, they were pretty much the same. Yep, they look the same on camera. So if you want 1 or 2, or if somebody wants one and somebody else wants the other, that's fine too. But that is what we have. Excuse me. Time for a drink already. Had an interesting day today, so we went a trip up towards the border, up to St. Albans, Vermont, and oh great, my computer decided to run a scan. Okay, I see Marlene at 5. Okay, thank you. We'll say going once. Don't see anybody else bidding. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Marlene for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put that on your box of stuff and write that down before I forget. Give me a second. While that is there, I will. What am I going to do next? Oh yeah, let's do this. I gotta bring the camera up for that. We'll let you peruse at this while I have that sideways. There we go. There. Okay. So we have this. There goes my camera. What did I say about that? I said the camera's got a mind of its own. Or actually, the tripod does. So, all right. So this is this, I guess you'd call it candy dish, maybe, or trinket dish, or whatever. Uh, oh, you had a phone call come in. Okay, no problem, Doug. Douglas. I should say Doug or Douglas. I'm not sure what you prefer, but anyway, candy dish. So it is. There's no name on the back. No markings I could find. There's a little sticker residues. That's what you're seeing on there. And there might have been a sticker at one time saying what this is. There is a little loop right here, so you could do this as a display. I guess you could, display plate or. Hey, Patty, thank you for joining us again. Appreciate that. Hope you got your box. I think I sent it up pretty timely, so hope everything arrived okay. So we have this little decorative dish. I know they're getting some glare here, so let me see if I can cut that down a little bit, because it really is quite pretty. There we go. That's better. Give you an idea. And that's about, I want to guess that's about 5 inches across, probably. 6 inches across. So, good. I'm glad. I try to package things well. Okay, so we're going to call this a, and this is gold. You can see the gold trimming on this. I don't know if it's hand painted or not. I did try to look it up. Did find some other examples of it out there. So I'm going to call this a decorative candy dish, for lack of a better description. And we'll start this at $7. How's that sound? So let me get that up on the screen. There, folds around. There we go. I'm trying to get away from the text. There we go. But I see Patty at 7. Let me give you a better idea. Give you some nice up close of the V. And I checked it. I run my fingers all around this thing, to see if there's any cracks, chips, or whatever. And it's in great condition. So really, really pretty. And like I said, it's got this little loop right here. So I don't know. So you can hang that up if you want for display or whatever. But okay. Well, we're going to say going once. Going twice. The last call. And sold to Patty for $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. Okay, and we'll set that in a box for you. So we'll keep that separate. All right, some more jewelry. I do have a number of sterling pieces tonight. We'll get to those soon. There were a couple of them in the preview. But let's do this one. This is I had a similar brand last week. Earrings, Laura Conrad earrings. Let's get rid of the screen. And bring this down. And they're on a card, so show them close. Yeah, if it'll focus. There we go. So there's two, what I would call, no gem, with no gem on it, with no crystal, and one pair with a crystal. Okay. You can see there's a third pair that must have been on this. That the person, whoever had this before, decided they wanted to keep them, but they didn't like the others, I guess, or whatever. They just, for whatever reason. So this is the Lauren Conrad earrings. And we spell Lauren right. And we'll start this at $8. And so you can see they still have the original price on here from what they were before. And oops, one fell off. One came off. Oh, that's all right. That's good. I'm going to show it. The backing is right there. I didn't lose it. So you can see what it looks like. And you can see they're not for my fingers. They're not very large. So and I'll just leave that one there. It was, when I picked it up, I was trying to straighten up the back of the car a little bit, and I must have loosened that one up. Okay, well, like I say, they're gold tone. I don't think it says much about them on the card. Let me look here. Where goes the other one? Oh, that was my pen. No, I don't see anything on the card that says anything that I didn't already say. Just that it's not for children 15. That's interesting. Not recommended for children under 15 and under. I wonder why. Huh. Date of manufacturer even has on there. Wow, that's pretty cool. No, I thought maybe there might be some other description about what the stone was or gem was in there. Sometimes it's a cubic zirconium and it might say so on the card. Okay. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate your sharing it out. I do. Okay, well, we're going to pass on this. Like I said, I have a lot to show, so I'm not going to dwell on some of this stuff for very long. So we have a lot of things. And I've got enough to keep me busy for weeks, at least jewelry-wise. I certainly for everything other thing else. And I mentioned, what did I do? Drop something. Okay. The thing I mentioned at the beginning, for those who weren't at the beginning, is I have a lot of things I'm showing tonight. One of the things I was going to show, if anybody's interested, is 45s, and they're in pretty good shape too. So I have a lot of them. Okay, let's go with the toy. How do we go to toy? I guess I'm gonna have to fix my backdrop a little bit here, but so let me bring the light around. I think I need a little more light on this guy. Shine it up right, and so you can see my camera. It looks like it's crooked. This is the problem I've been having. Yeah. Fix it. Yeah. It's a little more level. Not much. Okay. Still not right. Huh. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's get that centered up on the camera as best we can here. A little fur reel toy, brand new in the box. It says it's for ages 4+, and this one's called the Puppy. And and it is electronic. I will demonstrate that shortly. We'll start this one at $9. Okay, so in the back there's a little hole here where you can push to demonstrate. It says he flaps. As you can see, it's in multiple languages too, which is kind of cool. It says "flap my wings," right? So if I push this in the back, you can see it light up and talk. So, and the eyes are actually kind of pinkish. The light is what washing it out. That didn't help. And it doesn't shut up for a few minutes, but it's all right. Hey, Lori J. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, so there is a fur reel puppy. And eventually it will stop talking. It's going to sleep now because if you're familiar with, there was these Furbies. We have some of those in the house somewhere. And they have the same thing. They'll talk until you stop talking to them, and then they will go to sleep. So, yeah, they're annoying. in my mind, but the kids loved them when they were growing up. So, but this is obviously a for real puppy, and it's brand new, and like I say, in the original packaging. Um, I don't know much more else other than what the noise it makes. It says, and there are other versions of this available, and I have another one besides this one, so we'll show that one later. But there it is. Anybody interested in for real? And while I'm thinking about that, we'll see about grabbing some jewelry here. And I think, yeah, let's start with this one. This is a good one to start with. Haven't done a necklace yet, so we'll do that first. And give me a second here. I'll set things up. I'm going to have to try and display it as much as possible here. Okay. And I was trying to determine the brand on this one, but I don't know. I'll tell you what I know about it. But anyway, so and I see you is there. Thank you for joining. Wonderful to see you. Okay, so no interest in the for real. We will pass on that. And if somebody's seeing this later, of course, is interested, just give me a shout and email, or if you're on the chat here. Okay, so the first necklace, and I can't say with high confidence about what. Oops, let me get this message off the screen here, and let me see if I can get this looking better than it is on this light. Let me dim it a little bit here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show it, I think, differently. But yeah, bring the camera up. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so these have a greenish, light green and kind of a dark green tint on them. Okay, the chain itself does not react to. Not in fact, much. I don't think any of it reacted to a magnet except for the extension. Just this is my magnet, and you can see there's no reaction to a magnet. So I'm suspecting it's silver. I'm not 100% confident. And the only label on it, the only marking on it is on the main pendant is KC. I think what I will do, I'm trying to make this show up better. That helps. There we go. I know it's a little darker, but it does show the color better. So I'm going to call this the necklace marked KC. And we'll start this one at... I'll say 7, I guess. I really wasn't sure what to do with this one. I tried to find out what the KC means, and I know what it's supposed to mean. I just couldn't remember, and I did try to Google it quickly to find out, but I didn't have any luck. So I'm going to show it in my hand, because I think showing it against my hand gives you the better sense of the color. So, and you can see it's got these silver tone or maybe silver light beads. Let me see if this works now with my hand. No, it just washes it out. So you can see it's got a greenish, dark green, and I don't think they're stone. You can see that they're kind of speckly on the dark green ones and the pale green, and then the silver beads in between. But there's what that is. Like I said, if I put too much light on it, it just flushes it right out. I don't know why it does that, but my camera does that. Like I said, one of these days, I'll get myself a really good camera. And I'm displaying against a gray background, so that sometimes does help a little bit. There's the clasp, and it does have an extender chain. I would say it's 18-inch plus the extender. And then say nothing on it. So I see Patty at 7. Oops, I crisscrossed it here. Oh, and just to show you, that's how delicate the chain is. You really don't see but it is really nice and flexible chain. It's got a very really nice flex to it. It's not stiff at all. It could be Babylonian agate. It doesn't feel cold to me though. When I touch it, I think it's supposed to look like that, but I don't know. I can't say that it is, but it does have that really good appearance. And I don't know who Casey is, the brand Casey is. Like I said, I tried to research it quickly today. I only got this necklace today, so I didn't really have a chance to look it up. It could be kind of cold. You're right. That is a possibility. Could be. So, but oftentimes there's also a hang tag on the necklace itself. But this one doesn't have it. But that's okay. The only place it's marked. Oh, I should show on the back. It's actually marked KC right there on the back. Yeah. So if that means anything to anybody, let me redisplay it here. So there we go. Okay. Well, I see Patty at 7. So we're going to say going once, going twice. Last call. And sold to Patty for $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me find a little bag to put that in. Get your name on it. Well, bag's not cooperating. Here we go. Okay. Like I said, at the beginning, I'm going to do similar to what I did last week. I'll be alternating between jewelry and other items. I do have some Ray Dunn. If there's Ray Dunn fans out there. Today is the 12th. All right. Here. Okay. Oh. All right, let me do this. I've got this nice piece of Corning where I only have the sugar bowl. I wish I thought I had the picture too, but I can't see if I do, it's maybe I packed it away somewhere in storage in my barn. Anyway, so it's a Corningware sugar bowl. I forget what pattern this is, but I'm going to say it's Corningware sugar bowl and Corningware. Is that one word or just? Yeah, just a Corning. And we'll start this at $5. And I've seen the set go for a lot more, but it's because I don't have the set, just the bowl. Maybe somebody's has the pitcher and doesn't have the bowl, or they broke the bowl or chipped the bowl and looking for a replacement, or you just like the bowl because it's a really cute little Corningware bowl. It's an excellent condition. Not a chip, scratch, dent, or anything on it. There's the Corning number, and it's, if you want to see the type number, if that helps you at all, that's right there on the bottom. I think it's, let me see, I can tell you what it says actually. It's hard to read. 81-TY and then the K5 over there. So it's Corning. There's the inside. You look at that bottom. That is clean. It's not been kicked around a lot. So I don't even remember. It says a little sticker residue right there. That's me. That's probably what it was on it. That's the only thing that's there. That's easy to get off. And I say, and there's the lid. It's a beautiful little shape. Okay. Okay. So I think so far the names I've seen in here are people I've dealt with in the past, so that's good. If you're not, email me your information, but I'm pretty sure I recognize most of the names here so far. And as I mentioned, I'm literally sitting in a room that's practically floor to ceiling of stuff, from comic books and albums to collectibles to dishes and jewelry and toys and some clothing. Not a lot of clothing. I don't deal with a lot of clothing. I have some. But anyway, okay. No interest in the bowl. That's fine. We're not, like I said, I've got so much stuff to show tonight. I'm not going to dwell on any one item. So we'll get that out of there and do another piece of jewelry. Let's see. We did earrings once already. About I had some bracelets in there somewhere. All right, we'll do earrings again. How about some cute little butterfly earrings? No, sorry. They look like bees, actually. I'll take that back. Bring the camera closer and down. And so they're silver and kind of a, I'm going to look at the color here, kind of a deep red in between the silver. And I think the color is coming out fairly well on here. But there we go. That's not bad. And they're, of course, post earrings. I did not, they weren't marked when I took a quick glance, but I didn't look at them with the loop. So we're going to call these the, I guess it's a honeybee. I can't think of anything else with honeybee earrings. And we'll start these at $6. While I grab a drink of water. And bring it up close again. Here's the posts on the back. Gives an idea of the detail. You can see they're not very big. There's my thumb. My thumb is roughly an inch across, so it gives you an idea of how tiny these are. And I think the color's coming out pretty fair. I can see how I'm playing with light. But there they are. Okay. I just remember they didn't write something down for Patty, so I'll do that before I forget. I dropped my pen. There it is. Okay. Alrighty. No interest in the tiny little earrings. Move on. I didn't post that on the screen. Let me do that for a second while I figure out. Oh yeah, let's do this first. Like I said, I've got a more eclectic weeks than usual tonight of things to show. This one, I think, I don't even know what to ask for this next item. So okay, we're going to hide that. I'm going to pass for now. And that out of there. Now we have to bring the camera up again. And I have a photograph that I'm going to have to describe to you. It is something local here in Vermont. And I don't know if anybody would be interested in something like this, but I thought I'd show it and give you it. So what it shows is a picture of a covered bridge that was washed away in the 1927 flood. This is, let's see if I can get the details here. Hang on. It is Tenney Bridge in Morrisonville, washed out in Vermont, downstream on Route 15A, 1 mile in the 1927 flood. So there's a close-up of the picture without too much glare here, I think. Gives you an idea. So it's an old photo, obviously. But I do know people who like to collect these old photos, and especially if something historic. So 1927 flood photo. And it's already matted. Yeah, we got a lot of covered bridges here in Vermont. Maine has them too, of course, where I grew up. So I'm just going to start this at $5. Anybody interested? We'll throw it out there. Oops. Yeah. Hit the shift key when I went to type the 1, but that's all right. You know what it is. So, yeah, the 1927 flood was massive. It hit most of New England. Before my time. It was the year my dad was born, actually. but a lot of bridges got washed out, and it was really bad, very bad, considered a 100-year flood, um, and it caused a tremendous amount of damage in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. I don't know about Massachusetts, to be honest. I assumed they had some issues in there as well, but it was nasty. It was one of those. It happened in the spring. It was during basically spring runoff from all the snow melt, and it was just more than the rivers could manage. It had a combination of ice jams and high water caused by the ice jams, and it was pretty bad. So a lot of these covered bridges were lost because they tended to sit pretty close to the river, and they were just wooden structures, so they weren't strong enough to withstand that. So, but I thought, like I said, some people are interested in historical photographs, and I thought I would throw it out there and see if there's any interest. And if not, that's okay. It'll end up on eBay or someplace like that. So we will pass on that. Okay. Jewelry. Well, let's see here. Let's go with one of our first. System's giving me a message saying it's having trouble. Let me try it again here. Okay, that time it went through. Okay. All right. Let's do our first silver item. So this is a sterling bracelet with, I believe, what I think is malachite. And it's called a wavy. It's sterling. It's a wave. Some call it a wavy bracelet. It is marked sterling, not 925. So that tells me that it's likely vintage. Oops, let me get rid of that message on the screen. Is that showing pretty well? Yeah, it's showing pretty well. Let me put it more circular here so you get an idea. I'll tell you the length of it in a minute. But there it is. Oh, that's not showing too bad. Get a little more light, see what happens. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that shows the malachite nicely if I put that light on it. So, oops, let me spell malachite. Malachite. We're going to start this at, let's see here. I'm going to say $15. I think that's a good start for sterling. Nowadays, seeing the last time I looked, sterling was over $87 an ounce. It's like twice what it was a year ago. It's crazy. So, hi, Deborah. So, glad you joined us. So, okay. So, there it is. I'll show it up close here. And if I can, I'll try and show you where it says, I'll give you the length. Let me do that. I'm going to guess it's probably around 7 or 7.5. Oh, no, it's not. It's closer to 6.5. 7. It is 7. Okay. And where it is marked is really, really faint, but it's right on that tip. And I don't think I can get the light, the glare to go off of it. Let's see if it's. Let me see if I'm picking the right one. Maybe it's on the other one. Hang on a second. I know it is marked. Okay, that one. This one here has got a mark on it. If you can barely make it out, probably. If it focuses, there's where it says sterling on it. Anyway, that it is marked. My confidence is very high that this is definitely sterling. And it's 7-inch malachite. And we did clean it up a little bit, but there's still some tarnish there that needs to be done. So that is a 7-inch from tip to tip. And I would consider it vintage, probably, considering it's marked sterling, not marked 925. And you see the type of clasp it is. It's the round style clasp. But, okay. Let me pop that up on the screen there for people to see. So I know if you're watching on your phone, I know it's hard to always catch everything. Okay, while that's up there, I will grab another sip of water. And bring up the next item, which I think, yes. I don't think I showed this last week, so while you guys are considering that. Oh, I remember Ambrosina. Yes. I'm a follower of some of the other auctions, and we're getting back into watching them again. We haven't been doing it for a while, so okay. I figured that much. All right. Yep. Okay. No interested in the bracelet, I guess, at this point. Oh, yes, this Jana. Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Okay, so no interest in the sterling bracelet. So we'll pass on that. And how about we? Oops, pass. Type the word "pass" properly. There. Too fast on the fingers here. Okay, next item is big item. Gotta back up the camera. Ray Dunn. What about a Ray Dunn, huh? Yeah, get that off the screen. Oh, a Summer Lenny at 15. Sorry, Lenny. It's okay. No problem. I was going to say going once. Put it back on the screen briefly here. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Marlene for $15. Thank you. Alrighty. We will put that, I write that down before I forget. Put that in the box. Okay, now back to the Ray Dunn piece. So we have this tools Ray Dunn, and so and we're going to start this at $15. Oh man, just typed it. Let's try that again. Goodness, 15. Okay. It is Ray Dunn, as you can see. This thing is incredibly tall, big. It is 8 inches tall and about 6 inches across. Yeah, you can see the typical. This is Ray Dunn. Ray Dunn. This is not unusual to see this kind of thing on Ray Dunn. It's not a chip. It's just part of the manufacturer. Pretty clean. You see the bottom. You don't see the, a lot of darkness around the bottom of this. And it's your typical Ray Dunn piece. It's got a little waviness to the pottery. And I don't know if you want to use it for, when I say tools, I'm wondering if it's something you put, your spatulas and things like that in it, or what. But there it is. And I gotta see if I can fix this backdrop a little better here. Yeah, clip this up. There we go. There we go. Drooped on me a little bit. I had to back up the camera a bit. Get it all on screen. Sorry. I just lost my mouse for some reason. My mouse just died, I think. Oh, there we go. There's my problem. There. Okay. Yeah. Maybe not the kitchen sink. Yeah, that's for sure. I just, in fact, I just bought one at an auction last night. I just bought a Ray Dunn T-shirt. I use it as a gift, so it was perfect. So yeah, she does a lot. I have for those that weren't my last week's, I've got a couple of mugs too. I got one with Dreamer and one with Grandma, and I forget what else I showed last week, but that's what. But yeah, baby clothes too. Oh wow, he really is still out there. Okay, nobody interested in the big redone tools. Set that over here. Okay, this is from sorry, I'm just trying to take care of things here. Okay. All right. Next item. Let's see here. What did I do with that? What was the last thing I showed for jewelry? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll save on this. We'll see. Oh, we didn't do earrings. Let's do another set of earrings. Let's do these. Did not see any naming on this, any kind of name, but we will put these up and bring the camera back and get rid of that message on screen. And a pair of earrings. There. So we'll do these. I think this center of that is kind of a almost like an I don't want to say smoky. I don't know if it's a stone in the center or not. I don't know if these are. I don't think these are silver, by the way. So they might be silver plate, but they're not silver. So we will start these. Call these the square earrings, I guess, for lack of a better description. And we'll start these at $6. I think we'll start. I'll try and bring them up closer so you can see it better and get the color a little better here, I hope. Show you what's in the center. There's that. And actually, it's the same on both sides. It's kind of a whatever it is in the middle. It's focused now. Come on, there we go. And you can see the style of clasp it is. I didn't try to clean these or anything, so if they are silver plated, maybe a gentle cleaning wouldn't hurt. Just to show you how they hang a little bit here. Oh, I see Patty at 6. Oh, for those that joined later, it's dollar increments up to $10 and $2 increments after that, or more, of course. So, in case anybody was wondering, but we're going to start saying going once, going twice. Excuse me. Last call. And sold to Patty for $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll write that down. Okay. And let's see here. What was the next item I was going to do? Oh yeah, I said I had two of these. So we showed the puppy. So now this is the unicorn. And we'll go back the camera up again. This is why I wish I could get a camera that has a zoom capability. Alrighty. So this is really pink, pink, pink. And I'm going to take this away just so you can see the color a little better. I'll bring it up close. But this is a fur wheel unicorn, I think. Is this one? Yeah, unicorn. And same price as the other one. We'll start this one at, I think it was $9. If there's any interest in unicorn. Same as the other one. If I push the button, if you go to the back, there's a little hole there, and you touch the button. It's going to light up. I'm hitting it right. I'm not hitting it right. Or maybe the battery's gone on this one. Oh, well, I apologize for that. Or maybe it's got an on-off switch. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, looks like it might need batteries. Let me try again here real quick. So anyway, tested this yesterday. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, fix my covering here. Yeah, so you see, this is a bright, bright pink, and it's not showing it really well on camera. I'm trying to get the lighting to show how pink that is, but this is bright, bright pink, Barbie pink, you know. So, as you can hear, it's talking. I think you can hear that probably. And now it's, I don't know if it's snoring or trying to go to sleep, but it's doing something that sounds like that. And it says it's ages 4+. It's brand new. Why am I having so much trouble with this piece of display? There. I switched to gray from white because it was just working better for jewelry. There, that's better. Now I can put that back where it belongs. But for some other things, it doesn't seem to work as well. It's kind of strange how that is. But anyway, those are probably the only toys I'm showing tonight. Those two, this one and the other one I showed earlier. That's where it is. Okay. What are we going to do next? I have some really unusual pieces of silver. And I say that, and you'll see why. Okay, we're going to pass on for real. And put that aside. As long as it's not making noise. I have a couple of pieces of serving ware that are silver plated. They're from two different designs. So I don't know if people are interested in something like that. We did clean them up a little bit. They could stand another gentle cleaning. It is silver plate. So you have a fork and the ladle here. Silver plate servers. We'll start these at $6, or basically at $3 a piece. If there's any interest in those, and there are. This one is a Rogers. It'll show on screen, and I'm not sure. I think this one is as well. Can't get the glare off of that too much. But I don't know if anybody collects those things or has a need for those things, but we just happen to have them, and we don't need them. So, but that is what they are. That gives me a minute to look for some more jewelry to show. Oh yeah, definitely this one. Next. Okay, Oops, I didn't put those up on the screen. I should put it up on the screen. Like I say, this is a Rogers. I think from what I found when I looked this one up, it's from it's an early 1900s, this particular design. This one I didn't have a chance to look up. But this one I think was from an early 1900s design. So, all right, now I get some more jewelry here. Okay, we'll pull that and pass on that. I've got another necklace, and this is I'll show you the marking on it when I can, if I can. This one might be a little harder to see from where it is, but it's a silver tone chain. It's not a silver chain. Let me get that up there. So this is a brand 1928, not the year. It's the brand. Necklace. Oh my goodness. I want to give you a little bit of description, I guess, because I think I have more than one I think I have another 1928, so I want to make sure. But we'll just call this square. Square pendant. We'll start this one at $8. Is that any interest? And so you can see it's black with rhinestones. I think the necklace is, I'm going to say, it looks like 18. There's no extender on it, and no markings. And the interesting thing about this one is it's got a clip style on the back of the pendant, so you can change the chain if you wish. Where the 1928 is this must be an older one. It's right underneath the pin there. It says it. That's really hard to see, but I believe it even says 925. Let me double check that with my loop. Now that I look at it closely there on camera. Yes. No, wait a minute. I'll take that back. You know what? I was misreading this. It is marked. Well, I'm not sure now. I thought that said 1928, but maybe when I misread it, maybe 925 with some other marking in front of it, and the name on it is. See, I didn't get a chance to look at this. I looked at this with my bare eye, so now I'm looking at it with this loop. It looks like it says SIGA Seagull, maybe? I don't know. So, okay, not 1928. So let me, there's 925 pendant. Oops. All right, is either Seagull or Signal, maybe? I don't know. Still getting the same price. I'm not going to change the price on it. Yeah, it's silver, but that's fine. I'll give you the best. I'll give you the best deal I can here. That's what I was going to ask. That's what I'm going to ask. So I'm going to show it again just so you can see it. Maybe on camera it'll show up better than what it does on my loop. You get pretty good magnification here. And see what it says. I did not try to clean this, so there it is. You can see the 925 pretty plainly. And I can't make out what the thing is in front of it. Maybe you're getting a pendant that's got some really big value to it. I have no idea. I should have looked it up, I guess. I didn't. I can right now. Let's see if I can tell you anything more about it from what I look up. Well, they call it a vintage sterling silver pendant. Black enamel channel set, reflective crystal lattice patterns. Oh, yeah. Designs by David Sigal. Sigal. Okay. Yeah. So I see the same thing going out there on the real world. So I'm asking less than they're asking. So I'm okay with that. So, but yeah, that's Seagal. So David Seagal. So, oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, see your bid though, Marilyn, at 8. I looked at. I did a quick, basically looked at it with the camera and looked it up, and you can see it on the back. It says I couldn't make out clearly. Let me show you again. It says 9. Come on, let's focus. Yeah, you can see the 925 pretty plainly. At least I can here, and the SIGAL signed right after it. So, yep. So that's 925, but the necklace I'm pretty sure is not. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, the necklace is not. So it comes with it, but it is definitely that. So it is a sterling piece. It's interesting that what they were asking for it really wasn't much more than what I'm asking. A little bit more, but not much more. And it was trying to think there was something written on the inside of it as well. On the top, on the inside. What did I just do? Let me just look here and see if it says something else. I need a better light though. Looks like there's something written on the clasp as well, but I can't make it out. Okay, but it's going once. Typo. Going once. Going twice. Last call. Sold in the money for $8. Oops, I misspelled your name, Paul. I'm typing too fast. But it is sold. So, thank you. Okay. Let me write your name down before I forget. Okay. I did kind of 2 non-jewelry items, so I want to do 2 jewelry items now. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? No, I did that one last week. Jewelry, earrings. Oh, I got a couple of rings. Let's do a ring. I don't know what size it is. Hang on a second. Ooh, this is large. Okay, I've got a ring that rings up at about, looks like 9 1/4. It is not silver tone, but it has got an interesting pattern to it. So, I'm going to call this the Moon and Sun ring. We'll start this at $5. it's not silver, not marked anywhere that I could tell. And like I said, it's about a 9.25. It looks like on the mandrel. There's the side. So just a silver tone ring, but kind of cool. Let me see if I can get that up closer so you can see the detail. Nancy Merlini at 5. So we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. Oh. Sorry, my computer just interjected with a message for me. And sold. Sold Merlini for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Put that in there. What do we do next? Let's do. I'm trying to find something there. Oh, all right, sure, why not? What's some nice greeny, crystal-y kind of looking earrings. We'll start these at $6, I think. Yeah, 6. Just a regular shepherd's hook. And give you an idea of the greenish. They're a much darker green, I think, than it's showing on my screen. But there they are. Just a kind of green sparkly. That shows a little better. Okay, well, that's up there. Grab another sip of water. We run a wood stove when it's turned cold enough for the run the wood stove again. It tends to dry things out in the house quite a bit. Even though I keep a cast iron kettle of water on it to keep some humidity in the air, it doesn't seem to be quite enough. All right, let's see here. What's going to be next? Oh, yeah. Right. Time. Okay. I showed these in the preview, so I'm going to show these now. All right, now we're interested in the earrings. That's fine. We'll pass. And on the screen. How about, I showed these in the preview. You won't believe what I got them displayed in, but it keeps them safe. I've got them in this nice little container. But I'll take one out and show you. I've got 4 of them. I'm going to sell them as a set. For all 4. Coffee mugs, or tea mugs, or teacups, whatever you want to use them for. And they are called Sign Gibson Greeting Cards Otajiri Japan. So I'm going to call this the Otajiri cups. 4 of them, all 4. We'll start this at $10 for all 4. Anybody interested? And they're all in great shape. They got gold rimming. I checked them, rims, and they're all look like they're pretty intact. I did not see any chips. I'll show you the other three just so you know. There's another one. Again, the gold rimming. Yeah, they're spotless, really are. And this one. I like keeping them in that little carton. It keeps them safe. And the fourth one. Yeah, they're all the same brand. So it doesn't say they're hand painted. I don't, and I'm not going to say they are because they're too close to being the same. I'm guessing it's some kind of transfer wear, probably. But they're very pretty. You're right. They're right, Deborah. Oh, excuse me. I have quite a bit of glassware, and I was just looking at a couple of. I thought they were margarita glasses, but I guess they could be champagne glasses. The shape of them the other day, and I didn't realize they were. I had acquired them. I guess 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years ago, and it turns out they're famous. And I saw somebody listed at least one version of them for hundreds of dollars. And I was like, oh my. I've been just sitting on them for all these years. The hand painted glasses, decorative glasses, really cool. So I do have a fair amount of nice glassware type things here, and these are some of the ones I have that I think are really nice. I have other dishes wares and things like that. I have some hand painted stuff and some really beautiful glasses, dishware, and I have some really nice paperweights. If anybody's ever interested in paperweights, I have some fascinating ones. The blown glass kind with the bubbles in them, that kind of thing. Really nice. So, okay. Well, we'll pass on these and put them back in your carton. So it's a safe way to store them and get damaged that way. Okay. I guess we'll go to another piece of sterling. This is I would consider this is my pièce de résistance tonight. This is an absolutely interesting, fascinating necklace. And this is vintage. I'd say, bordering on, I would say antique. We believe, I should say, my wife is the expert, that this is a European design and creation. Let me get the camera up at a better angle for this. And it's marked sterling, and it is sterling. Well, they're always there, Patty. They're always there. Okay, so this one is actually marked sterling. It's getting its old style clasp on an older style clasp. It looks like it's tiger eye is the stone that's in there. And I'm going to, so this is sterling and tiger eye necklace. And I got to start this one at $20. I think it's vintage. My wife thinks it's vintage. We're pretty convinced that it is, mostly from the styling. I'm going to show you the clasp. The type of clasp is just a hook and eye. See the hook here, and just hook through the chain, and that's it. Sorry, I'm not very good at this, especially when I'm trying to do it at a weird angle here, because I'm kind of turned sideways. But anyway, I'm not going to bother. But this is the centerpiece, of course, is this piece here. And it looks like this is hollowed out, but it isn't. It's actually it looks like a black enamel in there. And there's where it's marked on the back. Come on, focus. And right underneath the sterling, it says SJ. I'm guessing that's the maker's mark. Don't know. But to give you an idea, it is the Tiger Eye. Yeah, I was hoping Beth would be here tonight, actually. I knew this would be something in her wheelhouse, as they say. But I didn't look at the length, but I'm going to guess it's about 18, probably in that range, 16 to 18. I would say 18 in length. Although you can make it wherever you want because you can hook the eye anywhere on the chain. Don't know. SJ, I didn't look it up. To be honest, like I said, I'm assuming it's a maker's mark right underneath the sterling. But yeah, guaranteed. This is guaranteed sterling, and it's a really, really nice piece. And it's not heavy. It's not a heavy piece by any means. It's not lightweight, but it's not. I mean, it looks like it'd be really heavy, but it's actually quite a nice piece. Sure, hang on. Let me show it sideways. Does that help? Like that. It may be glued in. I can't tell. You can see it's kind of offset with that black enamel offset behind it. So Marleni's at 20. Next bid would be 22. Yes, we've been trying to, Beth and I have been trying to work out a time to get together and do something together, but haven't yet. So, but yeah, I know I saw your bid, Marlene, at 20. Yeah. Waiting to see if anybody else is bidding, and that's what I'm waiting on. At Patty in there at 22. Okay, so the next bid would be 20. Oh, Marlene's at 25. And I'm going to grab another sip of water here. I may have to grab a lozenge as well. Now you're out, okay. And see, now that's probably the only person's bidding. We will say going once, going twice. Last call. Sold to Marlene. Spell your name right. 425. Thank you. Let me write that down. Set that aside. Okay, we're gonna make a note that Beth, right? Okay, yes. So sold to Marley for Beth. Okay. Two. Okay. I do have more sterling, so coming tonight. Where was I next? I know I'm forgetting. Oh, remember I said at the beginning, well, for those who were here at the beginning, I said I don't generally do clothing. But my wife said, well, I've got this really brand new blouse and maybe somebody would want it. And I said, oh, okay. So I'll put it up. And it's a size, what is it? Small, I guess. Yes, size small. Let me see if I can get it. I may have to hold this in my hand. I might have to switch cameras and just show it. I think that's what I'll do. No apologies there, Patty. That's the way it is. So that's the way the game's played here. Okay, let me switch cameras real quick here. Sorry. Camera back to me. because that's the only way I can show clothing. Okay, so let's see if I can do it. Back up here. So this is it's got still has a tag on it. It's from Marshalls. It's kind of what color you call this? Kind of a peach with a V-neck. It is long sleeve with buttons on the end of the sleeve here. I hope that color is showing up nicely because it really is a pretty color. I'm not the best model here, but yeah, this tag it still has the tag out from Marshalls. It is the Sincerely Jules brand, and it even comes with a spare button. Like I said, it's the size. Where did I see the thing on the inside here? Here it is. Here's the tag. Here's the Sincerely Jules. There's the size. And so I'm going to switch back to the other camera here. Okay. See if it comes out the color any better. Probably not, but let me close this window. Hang on. Okay. We'll start this at, I think she only wanted, I want to say $9, I think, for it, something like that. It's brand new. I hope the color comes out right. I don't know. See, it looks kind of washed out to my camera. It's kind of what I would call almost a peach tone kind of. It's looking kind of washed out to me. But anyway, there it is. Very new. Yeah, I guess the original price was 19 and then 15, and now I'm asking 9. So, okay. Well, that's up. Let me get the next piece of jewelry up. Yes. Okay, here's the other one. Oh, good. This one I know is true. All right, no interest in that. That's fine. We'll just put that on eBay where I can get good pictures of it and put it on my mannequin. Okay. All right, another piece of jewelry. This one is a 1928. The other one that we had was not. This one is definitely a 1928 piece. I know that because it says 1928, I think. Is this the 1928 piece? Yes. And it's got that antique brass look to it that a lot of the 1928 stuff has. Let me position the camera better here. And sorry, just trying to get to the necklace so it's not showing white. Okay. It's got kind of a greenish we're going to call this a green pendant necklace. We'll start this at $8. Okay, and so there's the 1928 tag on the chain here. If I can get it to come around. My clumsy fingers. Yeah. It is there. Okay. Here's the pendant up close. And let me pull a That light, it doesn't seem to make much difference one way or the other. Yeah, let me get a little brighter. It's actually helping. So you can see the kind of the green faceted piece in the middle and the green pieces on the corners. There's the back. And it's got this, like I said, kind of a what I call antique brass finish. That's the best way I can describe it. I think that's pretty common with some of this 1928 stuff that I've had in the past. There's the clasp. Oh, I'm going to guess, oh, it looks like 18-inch, probably. I have a 2028 piece somewhere. I don't know if I brought it up. I might have. I can't remember. I do have a 2028 piece somewhere. Oh, I did bring. No, that's not it. That's a Lea Sophia. I have a Lea Sophia piece coming up. So, okay. Well, that's being perused. I will work on the next piece, which is going to take me a bit. Organizing. Okay. No interest in that. Okay, that's fine. We'll pass on that. Set that aside. Now I've got to try and see if I can organize something here that's going to take up my whole table. You saw a piece of it in the preview, but it's really a full set. I didn't talk about too much in the preview, I don't think, but there, Ray done. Back up because I think it's going to, the only way to show it all. It is a tea kettle, sugar, and creamer set. And you can see it says nice on the creamer and nutty on the sugar. So I'm going to I'm going to sell it as a set. And so I'm going to start this at, believe it or not, $40. And I say that is a really, really good price compared to what I saw it going for out in the real world. Wait a minute. Wait. I think maybe, no, I'll take that back. Let me cancel that. And let me change that to less. So Ray Dunn tea. I'm just going to call it the Ray Dunn tea set. So I don't have to type again. We're going to start this at $30. So that kind of works out, I think, closer to what I think. A little bit less than what, a lot bit less than what I've seen them going for out there individually. So, oh yeah. I came across a bunch of Ray Dunn stuff recently, so I'm really happy with what I got, and I'm still making money on this, so I'm not losing money. But I did, and this is taped on. So, okay, just to show you. So the way they mark this with these is this is the magenta collection. So they just mark it like that on these for some strange reason. And I did look it up. It is still Ray Dunn. It's just where they marked it that way for some reason. And the tea kettle, let me get this out of the way for a second so I don't knock it down while I'm trying to show you the tea kettle. It still says Ray Dunn on the bottom. I think, I didn't open it up. I didn't take the tape off, but I'm going to guess that it's in excellent condition. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's just dust in there. So it's in excellent condition. Same thing with the other pieces, just dirty dust. They were sitting on the shelf for a long time. So if you went and priced these individually, you'd see it closer to, I think, $60, $70, maybe more. I can't recall. But it's not, yeah, it's crazy what they're asking for these things. So there's a Facebook group for Ray Dunn. Huh. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, well, I got 2 boxes of it down here. And I showed you some pieces last week and some pieces this week. Like I said, I've got a couple of mugs here too that I showed last week. So, and I think I have a sugar container and like a bin kind of container too. I showed one last week and not the other. And one's Christmassy. Okay, well, while that's up there, grab another sip of water and see if there's any interest in the next piece of jewelry. Try to decide what to show next here. Bear with me. Yeah, let's go with this one. Okay. No interest in the Ray Dunn. That's fine. Not the right crowd, I guess. Put that all back in its box. Okay. Let's go with the Leah Sophia I mentioned. Trying to get it to lay out here properly. And get this. It's not high enough. There. Focus now. There we go. Oh, still not showing all of it. There we go. Okay. Leah Sophia necklace. I think it's the only one I'm showing tonight, so I'm not going to worry about describing it. We'll start this at $8. Okay, that's looking a little washed out, so let me kill this light there. The other way. There, that's better. It's funny how lighting has to change for some of this stuff. I'll bring it up close so you can see it better. Man, it's still looking kind of washed out. I hate that. And there's a leather strap with an extender. And there's the Leah Sophia name. And a couple places on here. On the tag. And on the back of this piece. See, yep. So these are kind of like a dark amber color here. And a lighter amber color here, here, and here. With a darker amber color there. So just to get an idea of the color. I would guess it looks like about, well, not including the extended 16, probably with this thing, probably 18. If there's any interest. Okay. Oh, geez, I almost forgot about this item. Boy, not looking around. Mm-mm. Bear with me for a second here while I leave that up for a minute while I try and get some of those other jewelry. And one of these other items, it's not jewelry up. I got a really neat vintage piece I came across today. Yep, that's gonna stay. Bring that jar up, did I? Okay, never mind. All right, no interest in Leah Sophia. We'll pass on that. Got a really, really fascinating collectible here. I had seen these before, too, so I know a little bit about it, but not too much. They are quite commonly a tourist trap type of piece you would have seen back in the 40s or 50s. So cute little wooden bowl made out of one piece of wood, exception of the handle, of course. I'm going to start this at 15 bucks. And what's going to be interesting about, I did not clean this up. It's a little dusty. I apologize for that. But I say this is the vintage from thing because you can see right there it says Glens Falls, New York. Little thing on the edge of it there. So it's out of one piece. This is the bark. This is the wood. There's the wood, the old felt bottoms they used to put on the bottoms of these things. The handle's in pretty good shape. Kind of that woven pattern over the handle. No pegs on the side that hold it in place. This thing is, like I say, really good condition. I didn't see any damage to it whatsoever. It looked to be, and it's got a little decal. I think that's just a applique on it on the inside. I didn't know anybody who's out there would be interested in something like that, or maybe something that from their memory they'd love to have. Hey, I remember that when I was a kid, type of thing. Excuse me. Gee, I'm taking a lozenge and I'm still coughing. Had a tickle in my throat I was trying to beat. But yeah, kind of cool, isn't it? Nobody buying it tonight. Of course, they'll definitely show up on eBay, and I have no idea what I've seen. I've seen a few of them out there on eBay, and I'm not sure what they're asking is a fair price. But anyway, there it is. Oops, I didn't put that up on screen. Let me do that. Somebody's looking at this later. Okay. Let's do another piece of silver. I have to get this is another piece that's marked. Let me look it up here. Yeah. Okay, no interest in the bowl, the vintage bowl. We'll pass on that. I've got a sterling ring with a moonstone. It is not sterling, sorry, 925. Mark 925. You get it the focus here. It's moonstone. And it is a size, about a 5 1/4, it looks like. Not a big ring. About 5 1/4. It is 925. I'm going to put it on my finger so you can get a better idea, because I'll put it on my pinky, so I don't want it's going to fit on me. And not even all the way. Let's see if I can get that color of the moonstone to come out better. Maybe not. No. Guess not. There it is. I'm going to put it down here a second. We will start this one at $20 as well. Somewhere's ahead. Where was that? My list. Yeah. There. Okay. Now for those that are new, if they're still here or just looking, I usually go to about 10:30, not much later. That's about all I can handle. Usually, when I'm by myself. Maybe when I'm not by myself, it's a little easier. With somebody else, but I can go longer. Okay. I gotta check these other earrings out real quick. I'm gonna put those up next. I'm just making sure that no markings that I might have missed. Okay. No interest in that ring. That's fine. We will pass. Put it back in its box. I have a nice ring box for it. Oh, I did have one other non-jewelry item. Let's do that. Right, my bowl I've been using here to hold some of the jewelry. So this is really fascinating little bowl. Let me get the camera up and back here. I didn't think to grab my UV light to see if it fluoresces, but so yes, what you see is right. It is orange here and green on the bottom. So what this is a Jeanette orange and green glass bowl. And we'll start this one at, oh my, I don't know what I wanted for this. Let me look at my list. Oh yeah. We will, it's not carnival, no. No, it's not carnival. It's got carnival appearance at the top because it's orangey, but it's not as orangey as carnival. It's not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Not fluorescent, but not as bright. We're going to start this at $10. I think it's 10. I wanted to get $10. Got a stupid fake ladybug in here that's bothering me. I hope you guys haven't getting those because they are. We have a house. Our house will be 170 years old next year, and old houses like this tend to be terrible when it comes to these fake ladybugs. We found that they also call them harlequin bugs. Interesting name, huh? So, okay. But yeah, that's it. It is. So if you look at it, it's green on the bottom, but orange around the edges. This is in perfect condition. It's in mint condition. Nothing wrong with it. It's a 3-footed bowl. I think that's showing up. There we go. You can see it. It's a cut glass. How do you know cut glass? When you run your finger over it, it feels sharp. I'll tell you what, this was the easiest one to research. This popped up so quickly when I researched it. But it's in beautiful shape. I could not find a chip, scratch, damage anywhere on this thing. Even the bottom of the feet seem to be pretty good shape. But definitely a vintage piece. I don't call it depression glass. This is not depression glass, I don't believe. But if you look at Jeanette, then I think I spelled it correctly. Yeah, I think that's the name of them. It's not just a style, it's the manufacturer. I can't recall now because I looked this up a while ago. But yeah, it's a pretty cool looking little bowl. But I guess you'd use it for like a candy dish or whatever. Wherever you wish to place it. If it's on your dresser, you can use it to put your jewelry or whatever. So, but no interest in that, so that's okay. We will pass on that. Go back to some jewelry. Okay. I'm just using it to keep some of the jewelry in. Okay. Look at this really. Oh, let's see, earrings. Let me do some earrings. We haven't done earrings. Let's flip these down and get this off the screen. So I want to call these like a tier. This is like again that antique brass finish kind of look to them. There's the style of clasp it is. The center stone, or if it is a stone, I'll tell you, it feels cold to the touch. It's kind of a pinkish stone. It doesn't show really well on there. Let me see if cut the light down a little bit or bring it up closer. This pinkish stone and the three right below it are kind of a pale blue, almost like a topaz kind of color. A light blue topaz. Or what's the other one I'm thinking of? But anyway, there they are. So it's a teardrop with pink earrings. We'll start these at $8. And while you're doing that, while you're looking at that, I'll try and get it. Let me see if I can get it a little closer here. That's as close as I can get, I guess. It's my camera for the moment. Now it looks kind of white there. See, it's kind of weird. It really is pink. It is very pink. And I can't just get that color to come out right. And that's the style of earring, this type of hook, it's always difficult to card because the cards aren't really made design. Most of the cards aren't really designed for that. Let's see if we get more color on there, more light on there. No, that doesn't help much. You can see the bluish a little bit from the bottom stones, but it is definitely a pink. I forget what my wife gave me for a possible stone or possible color that you could call that, but anyway, okay. There it is. Sorry, looking for my next. Okay. No interest in those. We'll pass and go on to another necklace. Was there something other non-jewelry thing? Gosh, it seems like I had something else in mind. All right. So this one is gold tone, and it's kind of a yellowish toned piece in the middle, surrounded by little clear crystals. It's just too bright again. I really got to work on this camera. I have to replace it. So you can sort of make out the yellowish. Again, against my fingers. And the clear things. And it is marked on the back. Let me see if I can get that to show. It should show easily on camera. There, NR. It looks like either an O or a Q. I'm not sure. But, and we'll start this at $7. And it's I would say an 18-inch chain on that. There was no name on the lobster style clasp, but it has got a pretty decent extender on it. I wonder if I put that against white, will it show any better? Oh, yes. Look at that. That's coming to color nicely now. Well, I guess for gold tone stuff, I got to do it that way. That's showing the color really well. So there it is. Okay. Alrighty. And where are we? Oh, getting close to the ending time here. Was there something else I wanted to show tonight for sure? I think I showed everything that was in the preview. Ring. That one pair of earrings I did not show. I think that was in the preview. And like I said, I have so much to show. I'm literally sitting next to a bunch of stuff. But I think this, there were 2 items left, I think, here that I didn't show that were in the preview. So I should do those, and then we'll call it a night. And it's all jewelry. So, okay. I don't think I had Avon in the preview. I don't recall. I'm looking. I know I had some other. No, that wasn't in the preview. This was. Anything I had in the preview should be right here in front of me. I think. I could be wrong though. Wouldn't put it past me. Do I have Avon? Probably somewhere. But, this is Avon. I understand. Oh, I see what you mean. MRQ or NRQ or whatever. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sure. Okay, we will pass. No interest in that. I think I'll leave the white there and see if that helps. Maybe the dark gray is not working for some things and it is for others. So these are in the preview. These are pretty sure these are silver, but this is not marked. But they are either silver or silver plate. So I'm pretty confident that they're at least silver plate, but I'm pretty sure they're silver actually. But I'm gonna call it question mark. Silver round earrings, and they're like a hammered steel or hammered silver look. We're going to start these at $9. Okay. And I don't think there's any marking on the air wire itself. I did look at that earlier just in case, but I didn't see any kind of marking on either side. But they are not marked. So, but that is not unusual for older pieces sometimes. So I think this is the last of the silver that I showed in the preview. So, okay. And if there's no interest in those, I'm not going to dwell on them too long because it is after 10:30 already. And I am been a long day. Had to do a lot of running around. I know I have some Avon stuff. I know they're running somewhere, so just not in front of me. Just not in front of me. Okay. No interest in these. We will pass. I got one that was in the preview. Wasn't really visible well in the preview, but it was in the preview. And this has got a really long chain. I didn't even say that. Let me look here. I'll tell you what it is. I'll put it up there. I do have some more dichroic stuff I'll be showing next week, by the way. So this looks like a 22-inch chain. And so this one is marked. I'm just going to call this a necklace that is marked 316L. Now, what does that mean? Well, I had to look it up. That means it's hypoallergenic. Why is 316L? I haven't got a clue. But that's what Google tells me. So, how big is this thing? Well, there's my thumb, roughly an inch. So, we'll start this one at $7, I guess. So it's got an interesting combination of colors. There's the back there. And the 316L, let me see if I can find that marking. Get rid of it's on the chain or on the... Yeah, it was on the chain. So maybe just the chain that's the 316L. There it is, see? And there's the pendant. Oh, last thing on Google says Nina Ricci. Oh, okay. Cool. So that may not have been Q. It may have been the @ sign. So, or the C, rather, the copyright sign. The NR and the copyright. So it just didn't get printed well. That's what I was wondering if it was the copyright sign, but I couldn't tell for sure. Anyway, so there's that piece, and this will be the last piece we show tonight. I was accurate in saying the necklace is marked 316L, not the pendant. Like I said, at the beginning, I have, where's that box? Okay, we're going to pass on this. And just to show you what I mentioned at the beginning. Oh, by the way, that box, I have 2 pairs of these. I sold some before, and I didn't realize I had 2 more pair. Anybody interested in some? These are scissors designed particularly for like bonsai bushes or that kind of thing, trimming. They're very, very sharp. And I have 2 pairs of these if anybody's interested. But that was the box I was holding it on. I was going to show those tonight, but again, it's getting late. But I just grabbed a handful of 45s that I have, and I do mean I have a ton of them. These are some older ones like Eddie Fisher and Johnny Mathis, and Bing Crosby, and Vic Damone, Jezebel. Oops, I don't know who Jezebel. I didn't even remember, but I don't know who much about it. But there's some, pretty cool older 45s that are in excellent condition. So, but anyway, alrighty. Well, like I say, that's the kind of thing I mentioned at the beginning, in case there was some interest, but nobody. I didn't see anything in the chat, so I'm going to assume no. So that's the way it is. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. It was a nice to see some folks I hadn't seen in a while, and appreciate your purchases. And we will be back on Wednesday, I hope, next week. See, next Wednesday will be. Oh no, we won't. I cannot do next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is my wife's birthday. So we will be doing it again Thursday, probably. I'm still trying to do Sundays. I just haven't managed to work it out, but I will try and do Sundays. But looking for a set of DVDs called Person of Interest. Oh, that's cool. I have a bunch of DVDs. I don't recall that being in the list, but I'll check. And I have access to lots and lots. Yeah, Tuesday is Patty's Day, so it probably could be Thursday. And Sunday is a possibility. I'm just saying, I'm leaving it there. But Saturday night, we're going to watch our grandson play at a local pub. He's joining a band, one of the local bands, who has recently had one of their members take a leave. And so he's helping them out by filling in. And so that'll be fun. I'll go watch them play at the local place here. He's got videos out on his own YouTube channel, so I don't know if you have access. I don't think I show which ones I subscribe to anymore on my channel, but he's out there. And yeah, they dye it green. I've heard that. That is pretty cool, I guess. I guess that's what they got to do. But yeah, so it's fun. We always fun. We've seen him several times already this year at a couple different places, and this is a different location than what he's been playing, but it's close by. It's like 20 minutes away from us, so it's not very far to go. Sip some of the one of the local beers probably, and watch him play for a few hours, and so yeah, the weekend doesn't look too bad for us here, but it isn't even warm, not like it's been. So, but yeah, we definitely hit the 60s this past week, so it was refreshing. Enjoyed it, and the dogs absolutely loved it. They get out there; they've been running like crazy. So thank you. I'll tell her that. So, alrighty, I'll try and get the invoices up quickly, and I know I'm backlogged on at least one of the invoices for someone. I won't say who. You know who you are, and that's my fault, not yours. So we will get that done, and see you sometime in the next few days. We'll say for sure. You all have a blessed evening and a great weekend. Have a good night.